Welcome to a special Trivia Challenge edition. Today, we're not just explaining a topic. Nope, we are testing your knowledge of one of the most influential books ever written. Let's see how you do.
So how well do you think you know the Bible? Get ready to find out for real. You might want to grab a pen and paper for this, or just, keep score in your head. Let's do this. Kicking things off with round one, the basics. We're going to start with a few foundational questions just to get you warmed up. No pressure. Well, not yet anyway. All right, first question. Let's start with the big picture. How many books are in the Protestant Bible? Go on, have a think about the two major sections that make up the whole thing. And the answer is 66. That's right, 39 in the Old Testament and 27 in the New. Give yourself a point if you got that one right. All right, next up, where does it all begin? What is the very first verse of the Bible? What's so amazing about this one is how many people recognize it instantly, even if they've never actually opened the book. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Of course, such an iconic line kicking off the entire story in the book of Genesis. If you're 2 for 2, you are off to a killer start. Okay, let's move on. Round 2 is all about people and places. Now we're going to see what you know about the who and the where of some of the Bible's biggest stories. First question for this round, where was Jesus born? This is probably one of the most famous locations in the entire text, right? It's at the heart of the Christmas story we all hear every single year. You got it, Bethlehem. I'm guessing that was a pretty easy one for most of you. But hey, don't get too comfortable. They're about to get a little tougher from here. All right, next question. After Jesus was arrested, which of the apostles disowned him 3 times? A little hint, think about who had that famous moment of deep regret, a moment that was marked by the crow of a rooster. Yep, it was Peter. And it's such a powerful story, isn't it? It just shows this incredibly human moment of fear, long before he'd go on to become a foundational leader of the early church. Okay, on to round 3, by the numbers. This round is all about the numbers that play a crucial role in biblical stories. Some are symbolic, some are literal, but they're all really important. Here we go. After Jesus fed the 5,000 with just 5 loaves and 2 fishes, how many baskets of leftovers were collected? Now, the number here is super symbolic. It's about more than just, how much food was left. The answer is 12. There were 12 baskets left over. And that number is so significant, right? A lot of people believe it represents the 12 tribes of Israel, or maybe the 12 apostles, kind of showing that God's provision is complete. Our next question takes us to the book of Exodus. Pharaoh refuses to free the Israelites, which leads to this incredibly famous and dramatic sequence of events. So, how many plagues did God send upon Egypt? 10 plagues in total. It's such a powerful list, starting with turning the Nile River to blood, all the way to that final devastating plague against the firstborn. All right, here we go. It's time for the final lightning round. The pace is picking up now, so get ready for some quick-fire questions. Let's do this. First up, who was the first murderer in the Bible? That would be Cain, who murdered his brother Abel. Okay, here's a tricky one for you. Which of the 12 apostles did not have his feet washed by Jesus at the Last Supper? Think carefully. I'm trying to catch you out with this one. It's a trick question. They all did. Gotcha? It's a great little detail though, right? It's a reminder that even Peter, who tried to refuse at first, was included in this incredible act of humility. Okay, this is it, our final question. What is the shortest verse in the entire Bible? It's just 2 simple words, but man, it is considered one of the most profound and powerful verses in all of Scripture. Jesus wept. That's it. From the Gospel of John, this verse about the death of his friend Lazarus just captures so much about empathy and grief and pure humanity in 2 tiny words. So, how'd you do? Go ahead and tally up your score. Whether you got them all right or just a few, these facts are really just the tip of the iceberg. The Bible is this huge, complex tapestry of history and faith. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other profound truths are hiding in the details we so often overlook? Thanks for putting your knowledge to the test.